What's up guys, it is Josh and I want to welcome you back to the channel. Today we are going to hop on the motorcycle and I'm going to talk to you about what I've been up to the last few days. We went all the way to Las Vegas for the AIM Expo and we're going to talk about all that and more right after this. What is up guys, it is Josh and we are coming at you for another video, and today we are on the BMW GS1250 and we have just got back from AIM Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada. So for those of you guys that don't know, AIM Expo is largely a industry motorcycle event where a lot of different OEM companies like Suzuki, Kawasaki, KTM, MV Agusta, Yamaha all get together, as well as a bunch of aftermarket companies that do parts, motorcycle luggage, just a lot of basically companies that serve the motorcycle industry as a whole get together and showcase some of their new products, do a lot of networking, and just talk about kind of the future of motorcycling. And so we went out there on behalf of Riding Motos and were able to do a few different interviews with a lot of different bike manufacturers, and it was really interesting. So this was a quick trip that we went. So we were actually in Hollywood on Wednesday night, and then first thing Thursday morning we woke up early. We drove out to Las Vegas and basically spent about 24 hours in Las Vegas. So we hit sessions and just walked the showroom floor on Thursday afternoon. Went out, got some dinner Thursday night, came back again Friday morning, hit kind of the rest of the showroom, did a lot of good interviews and talked about some of the new product that was showcased there. Some things like the Suzuki GSX 8S was there, as well as the V-Strom adventure bike that uses that same kind of new platform. Talked to the guys over at Triumph about the Tiger 1200 and kind of the upset that bike is causing in the adventure bike community, and a few other things. And so we're going to actually be releasing videos of all of that stuff and more on the Ride Motos channel. So if you haven't already, please make sure you like this video and give it a subscribe so you can see all of this content coming out in the near future. One of the things that I noticed as I was kind of talking to a lot of different people is there seems to be, and this should come as no surprise because we've all seen the news, more and more electric vehicles coming into the motorcycle scene. So what I've seen more than electric motorcycles riding down the street is, honestly, I'm seeing more and more off-road bikes, so like dirt bikes and things like that, that are utilizing complete electric battery technology to power these motorcycles. So which makes sense, I think, when you think about kind of the primary use of dirt bikes, that most people aren't going to be going hundreds and hundreds of miles off-road, that they're for the most part going to be throwing a bike in the back of a truck or maybe even a trailer bed, maybe riding this bike, 50-60 miles along trails, and they might be coming back to camp or kind of setting up for the evening where they can charge their bike and restart. So that was definitely one of the themes that we saw at AIM Expo, is there seems to be more and more electric dirt bike companies popping up. There certainly has been some motorcycle manufacturers like Zero, and then of course the very popular Livewire, that have made their way into the street motorcycle community, but it's to be seen as to the effectiveness and how well these motorcycles are going to catch on. We had the good fortune of test riding the Harley-Davidson Livewire when it first came out, and I'll tell you, I mean, electric motorcycles are a ton of fun. I mean, the amount of torque and just the power plant that you get from the motorcycles is really, really fun. But I mean, for me, it's hard because they don't have the same range. Filling up isn't the same as, if you were to just go to a gas station and fill up that way. So that's hard for me. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think about electric motorcycles. It certainly wasn't the overarching theme of AIM Expo, but there was enough there to where it at least got me thinking about what the future of motorcycling is going to look like. So interested to hear, leave a comment down below. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts about that. So today we are actually en route, kind of one of the typical routes that we do here in Southern California. So we are on our way to a local coffee shop where I'm going to meet up with Steve Freeman, and then from there I think we are going down probably about an hour ride south down the coast to North San Diego County, and we're going to hit up a couple different dealerships. So we're going to go to an Indian dealership, and then I'm going to try and make my way into another Harley-Davidson dealership. For those of you guys that haven't seen the very popular video that Steve and I released about our most recent experience in Harley-Davidson, I would encourage you guys to go watch that. But I'm going to try and go into another Harley dealership because honestly, I want to see this 120-year anniversary paint scheme in person and see if we can't put eyes on it. The Road Glide that they released this year really looks really nice. I feel like the one thing that Harley-Davidson has always done really well is their paint schemes on motorcycles. So curious to see if we can't put eyes on the motorcycle, but we're gonna go down there. Honestly, this is just a day where we've been so busy with filming content and just running around, going, that it's kind of an opportunity just to get back to basics a little bit and ride motorcycles, because at the end of the day, that is what we love to do. I love to ride motorcycles. I'm assuming that if you're watching this channel, it's because you also like to ride motorcycles, and so it's an interesting balance as a content creator and someone who does this professionally for a living to make sure that I'm not always just producing content for clicks or views or whatever, and I'm just taking the time and the opportunity to actually get out there, go ride, enjoy the thing that I am creating content for. So that is what's on the agenda today. So we're gonna go meet up with Steve Freeman here and get some coffee and then head our way down the coast. We have Steve Freeman here. We have the GS 1250. We have some Lone Rider camera bags, and we are headed to North San Diego County. We're going to hop on the bikes, go check out some Indians and Harley-Davidsons. All right, guys. Well, yeah, as I mentioned, we are on our way down to North San Diego County. So we are coming from Orange County right now, and we are going to look at some of the new Indian motorcycles, as well as I'm going to try and go to a Harley-Davidson dealership and see some of these new 120 anniversary motorcycles with some of the cool red paint jobs that they have, and we'll see if we can put eyes on some of them. You know, it's so interesting. So Steve and I were actually just talking about this off camera. Harley-Davidson dealerships right now just differ so much in their quality and their experience from dealership to dealership. And obviously the last dealership that Steve and I went to go film, we didn't have the best experience at. If you guys haven't checked out those videos yet, I'll go ahead and link to them here in the video. But I guess one of the struggles with Harley-Davidson really not having tight corporate controls on all of their different dealerships is that you have different experiences from dealership to dealership. So right now we're in Orange County. We're going to be going about 50 miles down the highway into San Diego County, and we're going to get a completely different experience, which is interesting. As someone who's a consumer of Harley-Davidson motorcycles, and someone who oftentimes finds themselves hanging out at dealerships often, there's something to be said for just consistency in your experience. So we were talking about just even the aspect of, like, okay, take for instance a franchise like a Subway sandwich. I feel like one of the reasons why Subway or McDonald's or any of these fast food chains are so widely popular across the United States and even the world is because people can rely on a similar experience from store to store. So, and the experience doesn't just have to do with the price of a product, which should be first and foremost, that you should be able to go in and pay the same exact amount of money for a Harley-Davidson, whether it's in Southern California, Northern California, Milwaukee, Ohio, Florida, wherever it is, the price should be the same. And the same way that the price is consistent, or at least relatively consistent, on sandwiches or hamburgers or whatever the case is. But there's also some other things that I feel like are consistent, that, you know, you're you're going to experience in all of these different dealerships. So that's going to be everything from the culture of the employees to the signage to the ancillary product offerings that are happening, whether it's a bag of chips at a Subway or French fries or a shake at a McDonald's. In the same way, Harley-Davidson and motorcycle manufacturers, I think, should have a similar experience in the product offerings that they have, that we as the customers expect when we're going to go in and spend our hard-earned money on very, very expensive products like that. So all that to be said, rant over. We are on our way. We are headed up 55 freeway. We're going to hang a right on the 405 South and take that all the way down to North San Diego County. So come along for the ride. Join us for this journey. Here we go. Alright guys, well, slight change of plans to the route today. So we were heading down the 5 freeway and started to see that our route, we had about 40 miles left on the route, and it was going to take almost 2 hours to get down there. So it looked like there was some really, really serious traffic that was happening up above, just solid red. So we opted to do something a little bit different today, and we are in beautiful San Clemente, California, and we're going to take a look at a local dirt track here. It's a flat track. I've seen some guys on dirt bikes and stuff like that. Go check it out. So we're gonna go see what this dirt track looks like and take you guys along for the journey. And so we were just talking about this a little bit off camera. Obviously I'm on a BMW GS 1250 right now. Steve is on his Harley-Davidson Pan America, and we're gonna do some review content. We're gonna compare both of the bikes, hopefully get a quick video that we can show you guys. But I am curious to hear, I mean, for those of you guys that have followed the channel for a while, you know that I've been on the BMW GS 1250, and this GS 1250 is largely viewed as the best adventure bike in the adventure market, and there's not really a lot of competition. I mean, there's other bikes that have kind of broken into the market, like the Triumph Tiger 1200. The Harley-Davidson Pan America certainly has been a contender, albeit riddled with a lot of weird problems. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think of the BMW GS 1250 versus the Harley-Davidson Pan America. As somebody who has ridden both of these motorcycles but owns the BMW, obviously I land more in the camp of the BMW GS 1250. However, as someone who has ridden Harley-Davidsons for years and years and years, I would love nothing more than for Harley-Davidson to work out some of the electrical kinks and things that have gone on with the Pan America, to give me a little bit more reliability in the platform, and would love to even consider jumping from one to the other if Harley-Davidson could work out some of their issues. I feel like, honestly, the aesthetics of the Harley-Davidson look better to me than the BMW GS 1250, but there's something to be said for overall reliability, especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere on single track trails or doing a BDR or something like that. You just want to know that your motorcycle is going to work and there's not going to be any sort of weird problems. For instance, we were at a gas station just now, and Steve went to turn his bike on, and it was slow to turn back on and kind of turn over. So don't know what's happening with this bike, if he's going to go through yet another electrical issue on the Harley-Davidson Pan America, but it's not very confidence inspiring. And frankly, if that were my bike, I would not want to be taking it off any long distance road trips where I was far away from a mechanic shop, which shouldn't be the case when you are on an adventure bike. So here we go, bring you guys along for the journey, change of plans, and we are going to check out a dirt track in San Clemente, California. Right guys, well, we're here at some little dirt road here in San Clemente, California. Who says you can't go off-roading at the beach? Man, This is really nice. I mean, this is, I don't know if you guys can pick it up on the camera, but over there you literally have the ocean. We have tons of wildflowers right around us right here. It's what, 65 degrees and sunny today. We are in the middle of February. I mean, you could not ask for better weather. So it looks like, I mean, we got some bicycle jumps that I will not be hitting on the GS. But so here's one of the cool things about the GS platform is that we were on the highway getting ready to go, you know, 40-50 miles down the road. We're going to check out some motorcycles, but having the versatility of an adventure bike platform allows you to make on the move pivots like this and say, you know what, we're going to change plans a little bit and we're just going to go off-road. And you know, even though it's not the craziest of off-road trails, I mean, it's not nothing, and we're going to literally just go out, have some fun here, explore some trails. And I think that for me is what I've loved about the adventure bike category, is that it just allows you to do so much, and you're not beholden to pavement, you're not beholden to dirt. As long as you have just some decent tires on your motorcycle, which I have some 50-50 tires, it allows you to just be a little bit spontaneous. So that's it for this video. Honestly, we're going to call it a wrap for right now. We're going to enjoy some time out here, shoot some more content, and we're going to start to shoot just kind of the differences between the BMW GS 1250 platform and the Harley-Davidson Pan America. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. As always, if you have liked the video, please like the video itself. Give the channel a subscribe. It means more to us than you know, so you can be on the lookout for every time we publish new content here on the channel. And as always, if you have not checked it out, please go to ridemotos.com for all of your content needs, and follow us on social. That is at Ride Motos Official. Thank you guys so much for tuning along for the journey. Till we meet again, peace.